All right, so to replace this, which is leaking as you can see, this is what you're going to need. Some emery paper, which basically it's a abrasive that cleans the copper pipe. It's for polishing and deburring copper pipe. Then the Sharkbite tool, so that you can measure your depth and then mark it off. So when you push this on, you know how deep to go. A collar and a cutter to cut your copper pipe. This is what's going to cut that pipe. You're also going to need a Sharpie to mark the depth when you put this over your pipe, so you know exactly how far you got to push this onto the pipe. And you're going to probably need some channel locks and some plumber's tape, so have those ready. So this is the Sharkbite deburring tool and depth tool. And so I've got a 1/2 inch on there, which is this one right here. And it's just about 3/4 of an inch that I need to be able to put that on. So that's important. So if we come down here, we've got a collar on it, and I've got about 1 inch right there, and that collar's covering up about 1/4 inch. So if I bring my cutter, if you notice on the cutter, you got to measure this all out because you want to make sure you get enough room. So as you see, the blade is right at the inch mark. So I'm losing really about almost just less than 1/2 of an inch, which is not good because that's going to shorten the pipe. And I need 3/4 of an inch based on this to get that Sharkbite on there. So this is going to be super close, super close. 1 inch and maybe 1/4, because this thing is about 1/4 inch in thickness. So that's going to be tricky. All right, so we're really close on it. I bought this collar, which is very interesting. So I can push this in on that. So that's going to give me a little bit more room, because this can go into the wall. So I think we're going to be okay if I cut it, because we'll have it just like that. And that'll be sitting right like that. And that should make it pretty good. And then Bob's your uncle. These slide right onto the pipe, and then they grab, and that's it. That's all you got to do is just push it right on. It's so simple, and it's a 1/4 turn, which is much easier than the old one, right? There's your on, there's your off. It's so much simpler. If you look in there, you'll see it. See how it closes that off? So whenever this is perpendicular to the direction of the flow, it's off. When it's with it, it's on. So when it's this way, the water's on. When it's this way, the water's off. So that's how it usually works with every valve, on, off. If you look inside there, open, close. Very simple. All right. All right, before you do anything, you want to go outside and shut the water off. To shut the water off, you've got to turn your valve perpendicular to the direction of the pipe. So I pull it this way. Now it's at a 90-degree angle to the pipe, and that indicates that it's off. When this is even with the pipe, the water's on. So we've just turned it off. Now we've got to go in and run the water out of the lines. So I'm just going to come to this faucet here and just turn on both the hot and the cold water. Just let it run out. This is the closest to the shutoff. And turn this one on. As you can see, not much there. Turn this one on. Nothing coming out of that. Turn it off. Turn that off. All right, so let's go ahead and flush this. Now that shouldn't fill back up because why? Because we turned off the water. And this is completely open. And what you want to do is you want to have something under there, because water is going to come out of here, it's going to come out of the pipe. All right, so anyway, you're gonna need some channel locks because you gotta loosen this up here. And remember, it's righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. And once I get it hand loosened, I'm just gonna, oh, that's not enough, I gotta go more. See, I put this one on here, but it was not. Yeah, this is the water supply line to the toilet. So we're going to take that off first. And just to let you know, I've got this open, so water will flow out of the pipe. Hopefully not so much that it gets everywhere. There we go. So not too much, right? So we're pretty cool there. All right, so we're going to cut it now. And the tool we're going to use is this one right here. And so what it's going to do is, we're going to move this, and we're going to put it right there on there, and then we're going to tighten her down. We want to get as close as we can. To the pipe. Right there. And then that's going to cut it right about there. I'm hoping that we have enough pipe left. I'm a little nervous. I'm going to get my measure on it and look. You got to remember the cutter's in the center. So it looks like I'm going to have a full inch. So I think I can do it. So let's go ahead and tighten her down. And then what we do is just kind of go around the pipe like this. And it cuts it. And I'm going to keep getting this tighter and tighter. Oh, there we go. That's it. All right. Now we just got to deburr that baby. Let's take a look at this thing. Yeah, that cut it pretty good. And why couldn't I get that apart? I don't know. So this is what we got left, which is not a lot. Let's take a look and see our depth. We're 1 inch. We need basically 3/4 of an inch. So it's very close. So let's just check it first with this and see if we've got, see how much distance we've got. All right, we're good. So we lucked out. That's where we're going to, right there. So we got more than enough pipe. Now we just got to deburr it. So we put this on there to deburr it, and I just go back and forth like this. And that's the deburring there. Now we're going to put the emery thing on it and clean it up really good next, which I'm going to use here to clean it off really good, to get it really clean. It's going to look nice and shiny. See that? And you want to get the end of it really good here. And we're going to do a little bit more, I think. So it's nice and bright and shiny and clean looking. And then this is the deburring here. You'll see it's got a little catch on it. And maybe we'll do a little more emery. I think that's pretty clean. So one more time, because we removed all of our stuff on there. So we marked it again, so we know the depth. And that's how far our shark thing's gonna go, right there, that line. Let's take a look at her. Got some abrasion right there on the back. I might need to do a little bit more, but not too bad. Let's go ahead and get that bottom part there. So the key thing is that's got to be a nice even cut there. If it's not, you're going to have a problem. So let's take a look and see if we got rid of that stuff. Looks like there's just a little bit on there still. See it? A little bit more on this. Okay, I think we might be ready to go ahead and put our Sharkbite on. Looks pretty clean. All right, so before I put it on, so I don't have to do it when I get down there, I'm going to take this cap off. Oops. Supply line connects here to the water closet, so I took this off. They give you this compression valve, but I don't think you're going to need it. I don't know why they do. Of course, I'm going to put some plumber's tape here before I put it on. It's going to save me a hassle. It's so hard down there to do it. So let's do it now so we don't have to, so it's easier. We don't want to, it's just a pain in the butt to do it down there. So we got our plumber's tape on there. And that's going to give us a little bit better seal on the supply line. It's always good to have some plumber's tape. So it's on there now, so we don't have to, when we're down there, we don't have to crawl around to get it on there. So it's, do it now before you put it on there. And then I got it in the shutoff, so that's the off position. And then all we got to do is push it on. But before I do that, I'm going to push this on here so that I have my collar. And then I'm just going to shove it right straight on there like that. And this you can leave on there. That's no biggie. But once this goes on, we're done. So, all right, let's do it. All right, here we are, ready to go. I've got my line on there. All I got to do is push it on the pipe, and we should be good. So I'm going to get down in here so you can see it. And got to get that, there she's just like that. And then all I got to do is push it on. There we go. There we go. We're getting there. All right, I think we're there. Yeah, now we're good. All right, so we got it on. Now I got to get that collar back. So what's cool about this is that this does turn. So, should be good. So now, what I gotta do is put my water supply line on, which is right here. And all I'm gonna do is just twist her on. Make sure you get it on there. Oh, there we go. I think it's threading. Now I just gotta get the channel locks on that bad boy, and we should be good. Okay, that should be it right there. And I think we should be good. Now the question is, when I turn the water on, is it gonna leak? I certainly hope not, but we'll find out. Oh, and make sure that this is all nice and snug up here. It might have got loose while you were doing it, so otherwise you're gonna have water everywhere. All right, so now we're gonna turn this water on. And what she's gonna do is just turn it down so it's even with the pipe. And I'm gonna go upstairs and we're gonna talk to each other on the phone and make sure it's not leaking. If it's leaking, I'm gonna have her cut it off right away. All right, so anyway, had this towel under here for a while. And here's our new Sharkbite water shutoff valve that goes to our toilet. And I do not see any leaks, any drops, nothing. So that's kind of exciting. I'm very happy with that. This is the first one that I've ever put in. I have the valve off right now because of the toilet. But just to make sure it's not leaking, we'll go ahead and turn it up. That's on. And as you can see, zero water. I think we did a pretty damn good job on this one. And it looks fantastic. It's nice and shiny. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off because I've got to fix my toilet next. Oh my God, it just never ends. All right, if you like this video, subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos where I do stuff I've never done before.